Hello, hi, Assalamu alaikum, ki hal ji? My name is Mehreen Khan and I am from Pakistan. A very proud American citizen, very proud of my heritage. As a Lahorite, Lahore is the city I come from in Pakistan. Boring fact, it is the capital of the Punjab, the largest province. But interesting fact, it is called the City of Gardens. It is the city of Mughal architecture. It is the city of uh, life and light and fun. And when I think of Lahore, I miss the smell of the air the most. The air always smells like the earth after a rain shower. Um, the light is a shade of gold, and the people are from the heart. So, coming to Memphis, uh, I have found a lot of similarities. It's also a big, small town like Memphis, and the people are from the heart in the south. And I have enjoyed my journey from childhood to adulthood to getting old here in Memphis, Tennessee, and I'm so thankful. Lahore was my first home. It's where my grandparents are buried, so a part of me is forever going to be in Lahore. But Memphis is the place my children call home. It is the city my children have their memories of childhood in. It is a city that's sacred to them as Lahore is sacred to me. And I'm so thankful for this home. And I'm so thankful for the safety and the freedom that life here offers them that I didn't enjoy back home in Lahore. Lahore, within the circle, in your home, with your family, was a safe place. But outside, uh, it wasn't safe. We couldn't just get up and walk into a bazaar or a market and just unchaperoned walk back out. It wasn't like just walking into Kroger here. So the best thing I experienced when I came here was I could just dangle my arms on my sides and walk into Kroger and Walmart and Walgreens and walk back out. Free as that, just get up and go. So I'm so glad that my children take for granted that freedom that comes with being an American that is denied to some kids who grow up in Lahore, Pakistan. But Lahore is forever a part of my heart and will always be. And I remember my first day in Memphis as a citizen. When I moved with my husband, I woke up in an empty house. Now, the houses in Lahore are made of brick. Brick doesn't creak. Remember the story of the three little piggies and the wolf, and the piggy with the house that was made out of bricks, and the wolf huffed and puffed and he couldn't blow the house down. Well, I woke up in Memphis, Tennessee in my wooden house that creaked, and it reminded me of every horror movie I had ever seen. Now, I had been to America before. I had spent summers over here for almost 10 years, couple of months, but I was always surrounded by my family and friends, and I was never alone. So waking up in a huge wooden house all alone, all by myself, was pretty terrifying. I was like, Freddy Krueger is just gonna come out of the walls or the attic or somewhere. So I got in my car and I sped to my husband's office where I was managing his office as well. I was supposed to, my first day. So, and I stayed there on my feet all day working, and nobody found out I hadn't washed my face that day. When I came back, I was so scared that I would wake up the next morning again and the house would creak. And I would wonder what that was. So I woke up before him, I was ready, and I rode with him to work. So that's how silly it was. And then slowly, everything became normal. I realized, okay, wood expands and contracts with changing temperatures, a fact that I knew but it became a part of my everyday life, and I was safe, and I felt happy waking up in a wooden house. And Memphis has been a wonderful, beautiful place. I have found so many friends here, and more than friends, I have found people who've stood by me through thick and thin, people I can count on, and I found them in Memphis, Tennessee. And I have been so blessed. Um, I have two of my best friends uh, from Lahore. One I met as a fourth grader, um, and the other I met as a kindergartner. And both of them I met when I had a bad exam, or I was in a hallway crying because I wanted to go home, and they offered me their bottle of water or their chips, something to eat. Lahoris love food. Anyways, so uh, I love the barbecue here in Memphis, and I love life here. And of course, I miss um, Lahore. I miss the people there, but it's been so long. It's been 17, 18 years that everything's changed. So what I miss now is the memories I have of waking up in my grandmother's room, my mother looking for me everywhere, my grandmother hiding me in her shawl or her blanket so my mom couldn't find me, and I could hear my mom screaming at the top of her voice, "Rina, where are you? Your math homework's not done." And my grandmother saying, "Shh, let her pass." So I miss that about Lahore. Now I have to make my kids do their homework, and I have to make sure it's done, and nobody's gonna hide me from that. But I have found a lot of similarities and good, true friends, both in Memphis and Lahore. End of the day, the one thing that I learned, I've lived for a while in Dubai, Malaysia, Kuching, England, where I spent a lot of my summers, and then traveled back and forth, Europe, Middle East, different parts of the States. One thing I found is people understand each other, whether you speak the same language or not. Human beings can communicate with each other. They understand each other. They connect with each other, and they empathize and sympathize with each other. So that's been fantastic. So I guess I'm home wherever I am, and I'm so blessed to be raising my kids in the United States, where they have opportunities for higher education that I couldn't have had staying in Lahore. We always had to travel far from home to another country, a flight 18 hours away or 9 hours away, to get the higher education that we needed. So that's a wonderful thing, and I know my kids love Memphis, and I know I love Memphis, and it's home.